Alright, here we are on Babylon. Spawning in the bottom right hand side of the map, we have Nicoract. And spawning in the top left, it is Mixu. Definitely a fun set of games today. Definitely several fun series to cast. Happy to have this opportunity to deliver some StarCraft to the people. Looks like a fairly standard setup for both players once again. Hatchery goes down. I gotta say though, outside of Gref, we really haven't seen that many... We haven't really seen any like super aggressive plays. I mean, I guess you... Nicoract kind of did the 2-base all-ins. But I mean, that doesn't really count as yeah, I mean that doesn't really count as like a cheese or anything like that. And then again, you know, these guys are typically macro players through and through. That's where they find themselves to be the most comfortable. And it makes sense to play where you're most comfortable. Back when I was playing StarCraft a little bit more, I definitely like I would try to I would be facing off against somebody who was definitely stronger than me, and my initial instinct was just like, all right, I'm gonna cheese them. I'm not a cheat. I'm so bad at cheesing. Like, my thought was just like, oh, I cheese them. I hit them with an aggressive build, and they're not going to see it coming. But what I didn't realize is that I'm so bad at cheesing, and I didn't practice cheeses beforehand, so I just got like throttled. So yeah, if you're playing StarCraft, just play what you feel comfortable playing. Let's see. I'm assuming we're gonna have a third command center coming up here in a minute. It kind of feels like nonsense. Like, the fact that Nicoract is getting kills with the Reaper is just absurd. Yep, third command center has gone down. Probably gonna see a fairly similar build to game 2. I'm kind of sad because I really liked his 2-1-1 in the first game. Like, he was just all over the place with that build. He kind of like, he just feels a little bit a little bit slower with the kind of fast third build. I guess it could also be one of those things where, you know, he had that planned out for that specific map. Alright, Hellions are on the way. It's fairly standard stuff. More Hellions, Banshee on the way. Actually, no cloak, though. Never mind. I shouldn't have said anything. Alright, Nicoract kind of diving in hard with this motley crew. I don't think it's going to get... There's no way he gets that much damage done with this. Yeah. Two drones and a handful of lings for 2 Hellions and a Reaper, that's just not worth it. Well, actually, he's gonna get one of the Hellions out. I don't think it was really worth it, but he did get a pretty good scout, so maybe it was. That being said, though, Mixu did just put down the Roach Warren, and I'm pretty sure Nicoract did not see that. Setting up for a 4th base, actually hiding the drone, yeah. Those tricky Zerg players. Actually, I Are we going to see the 66 drone roach smash? It's hard for me to tell. Usually whenever a Zerg player puts down a Roach Warren, it's hard for me to tell what exactly they plan on doing with it. Because sometimes they just put down the Roach Warren for like just a little bit of security. And other times like they stop at 66 drones and then just like pummel their opponent to death. The last time we saw this out of Mixu, like he kind of did a mixture of both, and then Nicoract like took advantage of an overextension, just like beat him down so hard. So it'll be interesting to see what he tries to do here. Just have to see if he stops at that 66 drones. That being said, Nicoract is setting up for classic tank push, +1/+1. We have Stim almost finishing up here. Banshees are moving across the map. Gonna try and do something, I assume. I don't think there's really a lot that they can do at this point. Maybe they could get like a couple of queen kills before the I'm just going after creep tumors. Not a bad idea. I think that's actually probably worth. Like making sure that Mixu has a harder time reinforcing this fourth base isn't a bad idea. Roaches are on the way now. We do have roach speed, Baneling Nest. We did go past the 66, so it's probably more for security than anything else. But you never know. Suddenly, there could suddenly be a bunch of roaches knocking on your front door. Just making a lot of roaches. Actually going for +1 melee, +1 armor, so maybe trying to psych Nicoract out here just a little bit. Nicoract sees a bunch of roaches, maybe changes his plans up a little bit, stops being as aggressive on the map. Then hit him with the waves of Lingbane. If that's the case, that's a pretty cool call. I don't know. Why are there 2 armories being built? Yeah, see you later, Halians. We do have 2 armories on the way, but we're going for bio. Are we going to do a Maru? Are we going to try and do a Maru? That's my question. Are we going to try to just do an ultra defensive, like, super late game type of thing? And just literally starve the Zerg to death? This handful of this little yeah, those Zerglings, unfortunately, they did get betrayed. Alright, we do have Nicoract setting up for a big push. I'm not sure what... Oh, no. Alright, so Mixu actually does catch some of these units kind of away from the medevacs. But, I mean, this is a really powerful bio army. Do have a run by here at the 5th base. I'm going to take out a couple of drones. I imagine you'll be able to take out the hatchery. Nicoract is retreating. Oh, did the 4th? He's trying to engage the units that were trying to work over his 4th base location. Oh, this is such a weird engagement. Mixu with his moving his army rather than attacking with it. We do have a lot of Zerglings suddenly just kind of in Nicoract's base. What's happening? Alright, Mixu trying to set up for an attack on the 3rd base location. Actually, just leaving a couple of lings there to just poke away at it. I'm not sure why he's not trying to finish this these rocks off. It looks like Nicoract was trying to get something done over here in the main base. A couple of drones did go down. A couple of SCVs also went down. Ooh, this is a bad place for Mixu to try to be pushing up right now. There's so many tanks. couple of units do get taken out by the corrosive bile. And Mixu's just over here, like, keeping Nicoract off of that 4th base forever. And letting him lose a lot of SCVs. I mean, at this point, there's probably, like, so many alerts going on right now that Nicoract just isn't paying attention to the fact that these SCVs are getting absolutely brutalized. That being said, he does have a really sick push setting up here. The tanks are sieging up a little bit too late, though. And it looks like everything's going to be taken out. This is looking really bad for Nicoract here. He still has a sizable army, but... I mean, he does have a sizable army, but it's... he has to get over here and reinforce. We do have a couple of infestors already out on the field. He's trying to back up with the Marines. Picks them up with the medevacs. Oh, he's trying to kill Baneley's 1 by 1, which I feel like is a good call. I'm just going to try to save this one tank. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do it. So now we kind of have a tug of war here in the middle of the map. Nicoract actually does recover quite well. Back up to 71 workers. We have the 4th base established. And I believe we have all of our... Yeah, we have almost all of our production structures. Make a couple extra barracks there. Mixu is going to see that this 4th base is now up and running. Not really much you can do about it until you can get like a mass of Banelings. Adrenal Glands coming up now for our Zerg player. I don't know what other hive tech is he going for. I think for right now he's just going... Okay, there it is. Lurkerdin is coming up. I feel like that might be a little bit late. Like usually I think you want to have that Lurkerdin done as soon as the hive's done. I could be incorrect. Uh-oh. I was going to say you hate to hear that noise, but I mean, I think only Terrans ever hate to hear it. I think Terrans even enjoy it sometimes. Especially in TVTs. Alright, +3/+3 is starting up now for, or about halfway done now for the, about a third of the way done now for the Terran player. Getting that vehicle weapons. Looks like Mixu's just kind of poking and prodding where he can. It looks like he's going to try and take out this 3rd base once again. Baneley's come crashing in. It looks like they might actually be able to take out a lot of the workers and the planetary. Oof. Does manage to take out that 4th base, so now Nicoract is once again kind of he's going to be looking to get a loan here soon. Maybe try and refinance his army. Does manage to take out that 4th base, though. It's not done mining, so it's actually a pretty decent pickup. Mixu trying to push in through the main attack path here, but there's a lot of army here for Nicoract. He actually has a pretty sick tank count. 8 tanks? Absolutely, yes. And Nicoract still has a very scary army. I feel like he's kind of pushing out of sync with his attack timings. Okay, here we go. Big attack here. Actually manages to push Mixu back quite a bit. So I'm trying to break down the rocks and move into the 4th base location. There is an attack occurring at the 4th base. I'll say that's going to be cleaned up there on the mini-map. I don't think that really much happened there. More SCVs are going to be taken out. It looks like Mixu is actually still continuing to attack this 4th base location while trying to defend here, but it looks like there's just not enough Zerg to actually effectively defend it. He's going to have to pull back from that base. Mixu has 80 workers, but he's not going to be able to mine all that effectively. He is sending a couple down to the 4th base. Oh my god, this Doom drop, though. I don't know about this. You've got to be joking. That, oh my god. The lurkers are just going to absolutely just tear that apart. There's no way the Terran wins this, right? Big blinding clouds here. And Nicoract has to back up. I feel like that was a mistake. Like, I feel like that was a huge mistake from Nicoract. I feel like he should have backed up there, but I mean, he's getting damage done, so I don't know. Who am I to judge? Nicoract is still kind of working on a shambled economy here. Trying to get an army up and running again. +3/+3 just finished up. I think at this point, well, Mixu's actually kind of... Mixu's hurting a little bit. We're only mining off of 4 bases, and, you know, these two are starting to mine out. Kind of sort of a low economy situation. Big push down here at the south. Nicoract trying to capitalize on the fact that Mixu was just out of position for this. Oh man, some of these tech units from the Zerg player are very scary. Nice run by up here, trying to get a little bit more damage done where he can. Actually managed to take out a lurker. Definitely a high value target. Definitely both players kind of hurting here. Nicoract is trying to grab that 4th base location once again. He's also meeting up with the rest of his army down here. Looks like he wants to try and push into this location. Immediately comes in, just absolutely smashes through. Nice fungal growth there. Now the question is, can Mixu actually capitalize on it? Ooh, gets another sick one. It looks like a lot of these units are about to meet their maker by the looks of things. Now, Nicoract doesn't actually have any tech units to deal with some of these Zerg spellcasters or lurkers, which is a bit unfortunate. Both players, I mean, it's fairly low economy at this point. Like, I get that they have a lot of workers, but they're still trying to get their bases back up and running right now. Not a lot of spare money for either player. That being said, Nicoract still has the scarier army. As long as he engages correctly, he will absolutely put the hurt on Mixu. Looks like Mixu's trying to send a handful of lurkers over to the 4th base to try and do a little bit of harassment. Probably won't get the kill on that base, but, you know, whatever damage he can get done is good damage. Alright, nice defense here by Mixu, pushing back this bio hit squad. Oh man, lurkers are so scary. A couple of tanks are going to be coming up here to try and reinforce. Mixu going to be slow pushing this 3rd base location. Ooh, actually the Vipers show up too. Big blinding... Actually, no. Bad blinding clouds. Doesn't really get anything underneath them. And Nicoract's actually going to be able to push this back pretty effectively. I mean, that being said, he is down a lot of units at this point, but he still has a scary army. Fortunately, it looks like these lurkers have done their job. But at this point, Nicoract is just going to try and go for the kill. He has plenty of tanks, plenty of bio units that can deal with these lurkers. As long as he doesn't overextend, I think he might actually be able to just kind of break through Mixu's defense here. But that being said, as with every moment that passes, Mixu's army is getting better and better. Nicoract's is not. Siege tanks are doing a very fantastic job of shelling away at these lurkers. And it looks like this is going to... This might be the final stand. Nicoract's army is trying to rotate up top, get away from the lurkers. Ooh, actually, nice catch on the lurkers. Big blinding count here on this tank, though. It looks like all of those lurkers were taken out. Only thing left here are a handful of Hydralisk. And it looks like this base is going to be for forfeit. A couple more lurkers are going to be on the way. This is kind of all Nicoract can put together now. This has to work for him. Bunch of drones are being pulled out now. A handful of Vipers are going to be dropping some blinding clouds. It looks like the tanks are going to be taken out. And Nicoract is being effectively pushed back by drones of all things. Well, drones, slings, Hydras, you know. It's more funny to say drones, though. Oh, Nicoract is looking like he is in a rather painful position. One lurker is still here. Oh, yeah, one lurker still here, just being an absolute pain. Is missing that mining SCV. That's pretty great. 15 drones went down. I missed that. I apologize. Looks like Nicoract has had enough of this one lurker. Just trying to get it taken out. A handful of Zerglings are going to come in, try and take out some more of these workers. Now these are Adrenal +3 Zerglings, so these are going to absolutely rip apart anything in their path. These Lone Marines do not stand a single chance. Nicoract is down to basically no economy. Well, no economy, but now a sort of okay economy, I guess. Congratulations, Mixu. Well played. Really well done. That got kind of dicey for both players there. Very, very scrappy game. definitely a fantastic way of finishing out a decider.